So it's almost midnight here in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was the first day of training. Well, technically not the first day, but like the first pre-day. It was really interesting. It was a long day. We did the height check. We did COVID testing. We did our pre-test. I feel good. I made a 95% on the pre-test. I just barely made the height requirement, which that was one of the things that I was really nervous about. But I passed, so I'm good. The virtual training was the longest part and probably the hardest part of the day. Just sitting inside of the hotel room, looking at an iPad and listening for about 7 hours. We did take a couple of breaks, but overall, the virtual portion was about 7 to 8 hours. It was a lot of information. I know that it's going to be that way for the next 31 days, so I am trying to ensure that I get enough rest and everything. After we finished training, I did go out for a walk. I walked to a local grocery store. That took me about 20 minutes to get there. When I got there to get what I needed, the registers went down. So then I had to walk back to the hotel room, which was probably another 20 minutes. So it was a good exercise, a good way to get out and get some fresh air, since we will be quarantined in the rooms for an extended period of time. So it was a nice walk. The weather was nice. The mountain views are amazing. I had no idea that Salt Lake City was so pretty. It's like we are just surrounded by mountains, and they appear to be within walking distance. I'm sure they probably aren't, but that's just how large they are in, comparison to myself. And it just shows me again how wonderful God is and how great his creations are. Salt Lake, just in the time that I was walking, I saw diversity in Salt Lake City, which I was shocked. Not so much as like a lot of people, but just the different things that I encountered. I walked up on an African store. They had like African attire, jewelry, all types of stuff. And then I walked up on a Buddhist temple. I saw a Black Lives Matter sign in a window, which surprised me. I saw skateboarders, black and white. So I saw a variety of people and things just in the 45-minute walk that I took around downtown. And I just went in a circle around the hotel. So I'm really interested in what Salt Lake City has to offer. It can be kind of scary as a Black person entering a new city, a new town, a new space, because you don't know how you are going to be received. Like, are the people friendly? Are they racist? You just really don't know. And so there's a lot of anxiety there, even though I try not to let that determine my steps or anything. So I walked, and I try to walk fearlessly. Had a couple people to speak to me and smile, so that was comforting. I know that we are in the downtown area, so it's probably not a complete realistic view of Salt Lake City, but I'm interested and curious about like what it would be like to live here. I'm still trying to decide on my domicile preferences. I was set on Denver, but now that I'm learning about some of the other bases, some other places are popping up on my radar, even Salt Lake City. Like I said, it has the nature and the views and the beauty that I'm looking for. So I talked to a couple of flight attendants yesterday in the airport, and one was saying like how low the tax rate is. So it could be a place for saving money. So we will see. I'm going to get ready for bed because we have an early, long day tomorrow. My first day off is scheduled for June 3rd, which is so today's the 25th, so about 8 days from now. And then the next one is June 15th, which is kind of halfway through the training. And then we are done on June 25th. So far, so good. I think that, I know that I'm going to get through it. I think that I'm going to enjoy it. It is going to be challenging, but I don't think it's going to be too much to where I'm overwhelmed and I'm unable to be successful. So, meeting some people, getting annoyed by some people and their questions, but it's all a part of the learning process, and I am just excited and looking forward to continuing on this process.